flower of life.
Yeah, my sister has a hop to hand.
They actually got our chairs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We probably would just probably add more chairs. Shalom, what's going on?
Well,
Good to see you. I'm well, yourself.
Strong and
I didn't even have my bracelet on. I had to show you.
You good, you good.
Except you can sit right here.
I'm gonna use this bag. I should have really bought it. Sure. You gotta show them. You want your jewelry too? Yeah, show them. Hi.
That's enough chairs, isn't it?
Yeah, but you never know if more people might come.
This is all pretty, I was pretty much expecting.
Art and soul. I know Diamond is coming at 8 o'clock.
Really?
These are good, Taryn. Did you make them?
I didn't make them. Terrence.
Yeah,
Morgan made them, right?
Morgan
Okay,
made them.
Terrence's girlfriend Morgan made them.
Yeah.
She went to Living Food Institute.
Living Food Institutes and then chef at Johnson and Wales University.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You like them?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
good.
I tried them for the first time,
I
but I
like
thought they were
natural
really
things.
good.
You don't like it?
goes
No, I
down
thought they were
better.
really good. I thought they were really good, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one
right
there and there's one behind you.
behind me.
Someone
So
borrowed
they can
it.
taste every
Did
single
you get your
individual.
Yeah, my phone's dying.
I like that.
You didn't even tell me you just got my phone.
Okay, so what do you
I
taste?
need this bag. And you was talking.
So I'm still learning, but it's from type of
It's
nut.
from me. Try to put me out there.
Okay.
Is it
I'm a good friend.
Coconut.
I care.
I love coconut.
What else you taste?
No, that's obvious. That's obvious.
Okay, so boom, and then.
Is it almond? Or
Almond.
walnut?
Almond. Almond.
Okay, almond.
Mm-hmm.
so wonderful.
What's it?
I think after almond.
Like, give me some great.
What else you taste? It's coconut, banana, almond,
Yeah, I taste the banana. That's what really is sticking out. The banana.
yeah,
Wonderful
I love that.
coconut raisins, cocoa powder, and
I like the banana coconut mix.
You got her at the vision party, yeah?
cocoa powder.
Cause you
Cocoa powder.
like animation or something? Yeah, hey! I did not cheat. How'd you know?
Cause she was here for the vision party.
Yes, she
He
was.
was. I
Weren't
was
you too?
right here for the vision board. Yeah. So yes.
I don't
So
remember.
guess we're about to get started. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. You know, we could have been over there. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Could have been anywhere, but you want to be here and learn about internet marketing. Internet marketing is something that I'm very passionate about. It's something that's been very vital to my process and my journey, and really, I'm just sharing my experiences. That's how I like to say. I don't want to tell you what to do or anything. I just want to share my experience of what I've learned and share it with you. Before we get started, I just want to go around the room, so everybody introduce themselves. Maybe what brought you here, maybe your business and whatnot. So we can start with Zavia.
Okay, shalom everybody. My name is Zafiel Ben Israel. Yes, my name means my gift from God is a divine mind, and I'm a crystal therapist and therapeutic jewelry designer. And I'm here because I want to learn how to make the internet or use the internet to my advantage.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I like being around my family.
Yes, sir.
Say hi.
My name is Elisa A. Lewis. I'm an animator, recruiter, and consultant. I've been in television for about 12 years, and 3 years ago I broke away to start my own animation staffing agency. So I connect artists with clients who are in the animation pipeline, so animators, illustrators, graphic designers, voice actors, just anyone that makes an animation happen. I'm here today to learn more about marketing in general. I did take a few marketing classes from community groups, and each one brought such diverse, amounts of knowledge, and I really want to see some things that you can, inform me of.
Awesome. Glad you're here.
Alright, well, my name is Walt. Let's see, I'm a couple of things, but I guess you could just say I'm an internet publisher. So I'm here to learn about internet marketing. Have a few brands under my belt, so I'm going to see how I can expand those.
You want to share your brand with us, sir?
One on your shirt, eh?
One on the shirt.
One on the
Yeah,
shirt.
one on the shirt is ATL Street Journal.
And what's that one?
Okay, so what that is really is a reflection of the city. One of the other brands is City of ATL. So this brand really is a filter to take you into the City of ATL, which is a showcase for the city of Atlanta, and a couple of other things that I'll let you preview and I'll fill you in on once you actually go to the website.
CityofATL.com. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Deborah Mazer. I'm an award-winning vegan and raw chef. I'm also an intuitive healer. I do card readings at Modern Mystic in Pond City Market.
Y'all have to check
Oh,
that store out.
nice. I just saw something on it.
Oh, there.
Is that
Modern
upstairs?
Mystic.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one
Right by
that's
stairs, yes.
Uh-huh.
I know exactly what that's at.
So, and I'm certified in a lot of different things, like Reiki, holistic health coaching, life coaching, affirmative prayer. So, I feel like I should be way more, like, I should have way more following, and I should be making way more money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I have all these things, like, that I got, you know, I have all these, like, experiences, and but I'm not, like, taking the best advantage of it. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
My name is Gabrielle Simone. I have a clothing line. It's called Regal Hues. I've been in business almost 2 years now, but I think I'm wearing myself out trying to be at every vendor show all around Atlanta. So I need to take hold of the internet and the platform of social media and really get my followers up so that I can work from home a little bit more and not have to be out so much in the street.
That's right.
She made that shirt she got on, y'all.
That's
She made
yes.
that really dope shirt.
Okay.
Keep that same
energy.
energy.
Oh,
Yeah, I need that shirt. I need that.
Right,
that's what I was like, I need that
gotta
shirt.
get your card.
Okay. My name is Sherette. I am, I guess like by trade, I'm a neuromuscular therapist. And so,
She's awesome too.
She here.
Killed her.
She be here, y'all. Tell the fam, y'all, they always come to me. And so that just deals with like pain patterns. Like I don't do like relaxing massage. I'm like, we like to fix problems, like balance bodies so that we're in like a state of homeostasis. And then I also have a travel company that I've been doing for like, I don't know, I guess we didn't get official, I guess, till like last month, but it's been like 2.5 years. And so in general, I'm just a new entrepreneur, and I feel like me learning the internet right now is like glued myself to the phone, looking through people's brains and thoughts, which is getting to be a bit much.
Yeah.
Awesome insight, but it's like I need more. So I hate social media, but you gotta. Yeah, a lot of people do. But you feel like you shouldn't be able to push on a button and be like, "Oh, she's pregnant with 3 kids." Like, why? So I need internet to make sense for my business.
Makes sense, right?
Right.
Gotcha. Awesome.
I'm Terrence. I've worked with Quinton and Taryn on a lot of different endeavors and projects, a lot of videos that you may have seen of them. We were in collaboration with a lot of those. Thank you so much for that.
You was in the kitchen, wasn't you?
I was in the kitchen.
Yeah, he was.
So I like film. I came here just to I like having this conversation, so I want to be around people that have the same conversation. This excites me. Also just being around people too. Yeah, just being around people. I like it, and I'm filming, of course, so I like to see different environments and how people act. I don't know, like I like this stuff, so like I'm here because I like this stuff. Yeah, I feel at home. Yeah.
My name is India White. I'm a current student at Georgia State studying journalism and broadcast journalism. I currently am in a class actually for energy healing, so learning just my gifts, my natural gifts, card readings and different things. So I'm new in that world, and it's pretty cool. I've never been opened up to that, but I'm happy I have been because it's been holistic for me. And I also have a travel business as well. I do travel with my mom, teamed up with my mom. So she's teaching me a lot about that. And I just came here today because I started my own podcast. I'm building my brand, Unevenly Even. So I'm trying to learn how to internet market and do different things. So and get to know all of you and meet all of you entrepreneurs who are also, you have your own businesses.
Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Ratliff. I'm actually here because of my friend India, but however, I work I'm a patient guide for a marketing advertising firm.
Can you repeat that?
A patient guide. Oh,
What
Are you saying God?
So, a guide, like.
Oh, I was like, girl, let me get some real quick.
So I am a patient guide or patient care, whichever one. So pretty much what I do is we network with different doctors and spine treatment facilities across the nation that specialize in the minimally invasive procedure. You guys are familiar with like a less invasive procedure. So that's pretty much what we do. We bring in leads for different facilities. And they're all over like New Jersey, California. But I actually just moved here from North Carolina back in August, and I want to network, meet new people, pick other mind, because I feel like my goal to come to Atlanta, because I'm the oldest of 8, my goal was to come to Atlanta to meet people and to grow. And I feel like the only way I can do that is for some reason it brought me here tonight. So whatever it is, I'm just gonna wait for it. So yeah, I'm excited to be here and glad to meet everyone.
Awesome.
I'll introduce myself. I'm Taryn. I'm Quinton's wife, and I own Urban Eden, and we both own Urban Eden together, which is a all-natural soap company. And I'm also like super into herbs, herbalism. So I found myself like wanting to like market myself as such, like just doing more like herbal videos. I did one with Terrence's girlfriend, Morgan. We did a fire cider video, and that video got a lot of attention. So I was like, I definitely want to do like more videos just talking about herbs. And Quinton's always like pushed me to just be, make content and just get videos out there onto the internet. And like sometimes I can still be self-conscious about a lot of things. Like, I don't want to show this. And he's like, just put it out there. Like, just put it out there. And nowadays, like, I find myself like just doing it naturally. Like, even I don't know if some of you guys might have seen the video, but the other day I was in the shower and I'm like, Quinton, come get me, like washing my hair in the shower or something like that. So it's just like so cool how you'll just be naturally doing something, and then you just find yourself like making a video about it, or just even right now I'm doing like a raw diet, a 21-day raw diet, and just even documenting that. Like, I get a lot of people just like now asking me questions about how did I get onto the raw diet and cookbooks and all kinds of things. So I just find like just sharing yourself and documenting your journey just brings in a lot of people, and they'll come to you. And I also have been realizing on my journey that if you focus on yourself first and just be the light within yourself and make sure that you're good, that you'll be a light unto others, and other people will come to you and come and seek that out.
We going home now. That's it.
Hello, my name is Joy. I work with Elisa with My Animation Life. You introduced yourself and introduced it. Okay, good. I work with My Animation Life, and for myself, I am an animator, I am an illustrator, I also paint, I do graphic design and logos. I pretty much, for me, I want to put out my own animations. I graduated and then I got an internship, and while I was in that internship, all I thought was, I hate this. And I spent 2 years trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And from those 2 years, I noticed that I was slowly but surely feeling more and more passionate about animation and creating my own content and putting my own ideas out there, whether I have help or not. So I actually hooked up with My Animation Life because I'm like, I don't want to stay in this spot, I want to surround myself with people. And it's actually been a very beneficial experience. Like, it's nice. So then that's how I got to Weaver.
Yes, y'all two work hard all the time.
Yeah, y'all are like, this is like a gym. Y'all are all the time. Lifers. Right here. But now, thank you all for, introducing yourselves so we can just learn a little bit more about you. And, we probably will end up utilizing each other's talents just by, saying who you are, breaking the ice a little bit. So I'm gonna, you know, as I go through the presentation, I'm gonna talk about myself a little bit, just introduce myself, and you'll learn. It's a lot of lessons I learned through my journey, and that's how I'm honestly gonna talk about internet marketing by explaining my journey.
Right.
And you're gonna do the same thing as you know, go through yours. So let's get started. Okay, so this thing, it's a little lag on it. Sure. If it would. Well, anyways, while it's coming up, I just want to put a little disclaimer. I'm not here to sell anybody anything, because I know a lot of people sell, you know, a lot of stuff to people. I'm not here to oversell myself to anyone. I'm just here to talk to you about my process and just how I went through it. And hopefully you can find value from that. You know, you can learn something from it. And I'm not even here to tell you what to do. You know, my goal is to give you as much value as possible and making sure you have a basic foundational understanding, you know, from my perspective of how, you know, to leverage the internet. And that's about it, you know, just a quick disclaimer before we start. If this thing will come on. Oh, now it wants to.
There it goes.
Now it wants to come on. I'm just gonna do it from here. So just about me, I graduated high school in 2009. And I'm just showing you old pictures of myself so you can just see where I came from. So, graduated Douglas County High School. Me and Gabrielle, we went to the same school actually, and she was actually out here with me when we used to be playing football. She was out there. But after high school, I began working with a contractor, and he started teaching me about gardening and growing food, and I started really getting into that niche of just growing food and gardening and whatnot. Then I started Georgia State in 2009. I was at Georgia State. I was majoring in physical therapy just because I wanted to stay in the field of sports, because I was a big sports head. And but as I was at Georgia State, I just felt that I was doing the same thing as everybody else. Like I'm going down the same path as everyone else. Not to discredit anyone that has a degree of anything, but my dad always told me to be a leader. So how could I be a leader from doing the same thing as everybody else? I'm going down the same path, so consequently I dropped out and I stopped. I just literally stopped. I had the grades, but I just stopped because I said to myself, I want more. You know, I want to get out here and experience more, you know what I'm saying? That's what I truly want to do. So, I said AD after the dropout. So, after that, I started interning at an urban farm. So I told you I got my interest in gardening from a contractor, learning how to grow food, you know, gardening, just the whole nine. I learned a lot about commodities, mindset. I gained positive relationships and experience, that's probably the most important thing throughout the whole thing, is that I gained relationships with people, which is, as you all probably already know, relationships is the most important thing in business. You know, just very important. Then I was hired by the largest commercial landscape company, which is Brickman Group. And the only reason why I put that is because that's when I first realized that you can get a job. You can get any job without any type of paper. They required me to have a degree. I didn't care. I went in there, I showed them content that I was producing, I showed them I had a passion for something, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna give the job to you. And there were plenty of qualified people way ahead of me, but once I got in front of the people, I sold myself and I just said, you know, this is what I truly am passionate about. And that's what really started kicking off, like, okay, this is taking me somewhere. So tell me I didn't need this degree or something to get this job. So it kind of sparked something in me right then and there, like, okay, I'm starting to understand this game, this algorithm and whatnot, how this thing works. So after that, you know, I started my first business. Rapid Cloud, which is a gardening and landscape design company. I started in 2013, officially in 2014. And that's kind of when I met you, Zabiel, and everything. And I was installing vegetable gardens in people's backyard. It was my passion. But eventually I ended up starting doing things for money. It's like, you know, like landscape design, which is, it kind of took me away from the joy that I had, which was the food and the soil, things of that nature. So, winter of 2014, this is when, to me, where it kind of started beginning and internet marketing started coming. So after my first year in business, I made no money, made $9,000, and I was just like, I'm frustrated, like how some of you were explaining, like, I didn't know nothing about business, I didn't know how to generate leads, I didn't know how to do anything. I just knew I was gung-ho on, I just want my own business. I just want to do my own thing. Like, and I was just so naive to like certain things, you know. But I was introduced to a sales funnel called the iPass 2, which was by way of the company Empower Network, which is so irrelevant to this. But it taught me how it taught entrepreneurs how to leverage the internet. So network marketing. Anyone was ever into network marketing?
Yeah.
So that's what this was. That was an internet marketing company. So by me jumping into that network marketing company and going through their funnels and they teaching me about blogging, this is how I started learning about the internet. You know how you would hear people making all this money on the internet from home, and you're like, this is not real. Like, this can't be real. Like, how are people doing this? Like, that's how my mindset was, like, back in 2014 or whatever. So what I did was I just literally stayed up all night, every night, all winter. Because wintertime to me is a time of reflection. It's a time when things get hard. It's a time when you get your soil right, which is your mind right. So I stayed in the house, read books, and I was just educating myself on the internet. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to master this internet. I did have some videos on here just kind of showing like what it was like when I first was making videos. And a lot of people, I encourage people to make videos. A lot of people are like, oh, they're not perfect, or they're not this, or you know, I'm ugly, or I'm like, you know, whatever. Like, but like, if I show you what my first video was like it was terrible. Like I'll show, okay, the first one, like I'll show you this first one right here, and like, oh, you know, I gotta go to the slide. But I'm only here to show you and to be transparent with you.
Oh, it's fine.
I gotta go. Only reason why I'm showing you this is to, you know, put myself out and to just kind of show you like it doesn't have to be perfect. When you start your journey, like it doesn't have to be perfect. It's all about where you are. Just start where you are, you know. And we're gonna get more into that. I'll just show this first little video.
What's up, everybody? It's Quinton right here.
I would just be on my couch.
What I wanted to just speak about is that
it's lagging very badly.
Oh, it's lagging.
Yeah, it's okay.
2015 new me.
It's lagging.
2015.
But pretty much all I said was just that, you know, how everyone says New Year, New Me. Well, you can like have more, you know, you can have more because you can become more. Basically all I was saying in that video or whatnot. So since that point in time, since 2014, you know, Rock High grown to be a 6-figure award-winning company. I started urbaning with my wife. I'm doing Produce for Yourself, podcasts, videos, articles, just all of that stuff. And that's currently now. That's, you know, like my intro, you know, into who I am. So let's get into this internet now. So, establishing your foundation. And this is just old content. And what I'm going to be showing you is just how I put together just old content that I've created throughout the years. And all I did was I'm just compiling it back together to kind of get you in the mode like, create content. That's what the internet is about. Create content. If you're not creating any content, like you don't exist on the internet. This is real estate. Like the internet is real estate. You think about it from a real estate standpoint. Your website is your house. The internet is, you know, just the whole landscape. And you gotta have some type of content, you know, on the internet. It's about telling your story, expressing yourself, putting yourself out there. Literally, like, that's why I showed you that first video. When I first started on the internet, I literally would just take my phone and just put it in front of myself and just would begin expressing myself, expressing my passions, what I like, what I was into. I was letting people know who I am. That's literally how I even started getting people to know who I am. But that's the first step, is getting people to know who you are. Because if you try to just jump out of the internet and just try to start selling your stuff, it's like, who are you? Nobody knows who you are. Like, they don't know, you know? But the whole key to that is consistency. If you're not going to be consistent with it, it's just not going to work. Because people are going to they're going to be off and on. Like, they're going to be like, oh, what happened to your videos? Oh, what happened to your podcast that you were doing? People literally will ask you that, and you'll be like, oh, you were watching?
Yeah.
You know, people are watching your stuff. You don't know just because it says 3 views or 7 or 100, whatever. People are watching.
That's a real person.
People are watching. I mean, if you got any comments about it, feel free to comment or whatever. It's just like a dialogue.
Okay.
Yes, because that's one thing people watch all the time.
People watch.
The different brands that I have, Instagram.
Mhm.
You can't ever base anything based upon the number of likes that you have.
Absolutely.
Because people will scroll through your stuff and
Not
never
touching.
like.
Yeah.
Never like, but so you can never base it upon just the number of likes that you have
Absolutely.
or the number of followers.
Right. Don't never be caught up in numbers.
And another thing, like with me, so I'm pretty much aspiring to be a motivational speaker as well as an author.
Right.
Going back to when you said sometimes you just lose it, because I've started a book and I completely stopped, maybe like 3 months now, and I'm like, I feel like my mindset has changed because now I created a new calling, which is me being a speaker. But that doesn't mean that the book that I've started, I can't complete it. It's just now I know with the mindset I need to do to complete the book. And I started off doing Snapchat videos. I started making like my little 10-second Snapchat motivation. Good morning, you guys.
Yeah, you trying to get that
Get
value.
it early in the morning. So then I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow came, I'm like, all right, I'll do something. Then I pushed it off and I kept pushing off. And then one day my sister called me and she said, yeah, I used to watch your videos. We were having this deep conversation. And she's like, yeah, I watch your videos and they just inspired. And I felt so bad because I was thinking like, dang, this is my sister. And I feel like I let her down.
She woke up one morning looking for that video, was like, yo.
Not there.
I was like, dang, I felt bad. But yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah, man. People are watching it, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like you might not think people are watching, but people are watching your stuff. They are waiting for you. Like you never know. You might be giving that person that motivation, just like how you were giving them that food and that motivation, man. Like it's a small pool of people that are like putting themselves out there. Most of the people are just they're watching it. So like we gotta bring something to the table, you know. I'm sorry.
So on my way here, my friend had called me and she was like, yeah, so what happened to your podcast? And I'm like, like I didn't know, like, she never commented. You don't have to comment on it.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, well, yeah, girl. I didn't know, people were actually reaching out, were actually listening to my stuff. And I'm like, oh, wow. She's like, yeah, it's so motivational and I love it. And you have such a soft voice and all this other stuff. And I'm like, wow, okay. A little motivation, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I got you, girl.
Right.
So just keeping up that consistency. And I know for me, that's something that I've had trouble with in the past is just keeping up with the consistency. And it's not even that hard. It's not even that hard. It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
When you change your relationship with it, I've learned that, you'll continue to be successful once you change your relationship with it. And make it a priority, just like you make brushing your teeth, washing your hair a priority. So.
Question: how does everybody go about trying to stay consistent? Like,
I
know I feel like that's a very interesting. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Okay, because like I feel like I've set up like really interesting things. Like I like being in the car when it's the car, especially if it feels good outside. You can roll the window down and it's like sun. It's like, ooh, now's a good time to do it. But if it's cold and it might be dark in the house and that angle's not right, although you may want to say something, you like, man, you turn the camera on like this and like,
Not today.
But like what I've noticed is that, and what Taryn was saying was that as she just be in the shower and just living life. The best content comes when you just say, you know what, I don't care about it. I don't care how I look. And you just live life with it. Now this may be an awkward pose because I know you want your two hands, but like the fact that we can't see ourselves and everybody has I've just noticed through film, and I just sit and I just film people. It's weird, but I have a perspective because you can make anything beautiful. Everybody here is beautiful and everybody has beautiful lives, and there's a story in every day. So like when you film yourself, it's like no content is just trash content. There's somebody on there that's seeing you maybe from a relationship that you may have had previously with them or something. Like people are watching, and people really do care. And yes, there are gonna be people that gonna like you and they're not gonna like you, but that's what it's gonna be with anything that you do. So like you're not losing by just showing yourself. You're only losing, I feel like, if you're showing something that you may not feel comfortable within yourself. So it's like do things you love, things that you
Just be you.
And really just be you. Like if you wake up in the morning and you don't wait till 3 o'clock to brush your teeth and you say, hey man, I just woke up at 3 o'clock, brush my teeth. Like we can't smell your breath. We're not judging you, but but there's somebody watching you. that didn't brush their teeth at 3 o'clock. I'm like, yo. Yeah, and then boom, that's a connection. Yeah.
But on the note
Yeah.
that, y'all know that like kids are literally watching other kids play with toys
Yeah.
on
You already know,
YouTube.
yeah.
And they know the little kids, they know the little kids, like, the little kids are like
Yeah.
Ryan, the little
Yeah.
boy Ryan is like, they really believe that Ryan is their friend, and, you know, the little boy is just playing with toys, that's it, and the kids just be watching it. So people are just watching even things that can be mindless sometimes, like, that can be
Even watching somebody eat. Oh, let me try this new steak.
Yeah, I mean,
You get all those views just for biting into a steak.
banging your head on the pillow.
But yeah, anything. You literally get
So we're giving, like, actual valuable content, like.
I mean, when you ask that question about how do you keep yourself consistent, I know for me, I'm always keeping that one day at a time approach. I don't think about the future and I don't think about the past. I'm just thinking about, and it's easier said than done. My brother tells me, like, whenever you stress, it's because you think about the future, you think about the past. You can't control the past because it's already happened. The future, you can't control that. I mean, you can control the future because it ain't happened yet. So I'm just thinking about today.
Yes.
Get something, like, do something today. I always go back to sports. Like, when I used to be playing football at practice, like, I always thought to myself, I had to impress my coach every day. Like, I don't care if I was a starter. I don't care if I had, something solidified. I'm like, okay, I need to impress him with something every day. I need to do something, like one thing every day. That's my biggest thing, is to do something. One thing every day, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it might be. So, anybody else have anything else?
Well, I was gonna say with that, in a way, have you found that you start to do better things in your life, like you start to hold yourself more accountable? Because the fact that someone will ask, like I think you've asked, and I think some friends have asked when I started my show, they were like, yo, where the episode? I thought you were doing an episode. You asked me, yo. And so, like, that, it checks you, like, man, yo, like, what have I been doing? So the moment that you even start to think about complaining about something was like, you did that show yet?
Yeah.
Have you recorded that yet? What have you done? What have you done? And so, I think that part right there is also being vulnerable. I feel like I've grown and felt like I've shedded a lot of insecurities, and then also like I feel like now I'm holding myself accountable because. Go ahead.
Can you rewind just a few moments of what you said? You said something about no longer feeling vulnerable. What was that you said?
So like vulnerable, like even now, right? I got these cornrows in my head. My first time ever putting cornrows in my head, they hurt. But I said, you know what? I'm not gonna care. I'm gonna just chill. And even showing that and being on camera, like that's the insecurity. But when I just hit that post button, I say, you know what? I'm not gonna, cause that would be something that would hold me back in the moment. You know what I mean? And like every day goes by. And you don't do it because it's like, man, I got this, or people may, or it might be that one person following you that you like, man, if they see this, they gonna think like this about me. But the moment you let it go and the consistency, just even if you skip a day, you say, you know what, I'm gonna do it at the end of this week, or just set like little goals. Don't
beat yourself up.
Don't be
Beat yourself up
because you will watch yourself grow. Like you have all that, like you're like those videos are assets that you like digital assets you have on your phone. And you keep them, and there's growth. As long as you continue, you're literally, it's like you can't fail. Because like it's almost like this is social media. This is our network. This is everybody on Facebook. This is everybody. And imagine if we're all in here and everybody has a gift and we're all sharing our gifts, but you don't share your gift. Nobody knows. It's not that we were judging you saying we're not gonna listen to him anyway. It's that we don't know. So it's also almost like a service to the world and your community, because it's not about a lot of followers. I don't have a ton of followers, but people contact me a lot about doing things that I share.
It's the quality, man. It's just a message. Like people get so caught up, it's gotta be perfect. It's gotta be this. Like no, it doesn't. Like it doesn't have to be like perfect at all. Like just throw that mug out there. Just throw that mug. Just throw it out.
Throw that mug out there. Throw that mug.
I'm comfortable. You can tell I'm comfortable. Like I'm just just talking about people.
I like the that's the question. The way my mind works, I tend to too easily overthink things. So
I'm a Virgo.
Me too.
I'm a Virgo, so I overthink.
Every day. All the time.
And recently, I looked at my Instagram sequence, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just putting too much thought into it. So I looked at the content that I created from scratch. And I looked at the likes, and I said, okay, I got that much. Then I looked at content that I was compiling from other sources and trying to create this like almost blog and an Instagram
Yeah.
post with 10 different images and paragraph after paragraph. I'm like, I'm giving too much away.
Yeah.
And I'm putting too much time in it. Why not just record it? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? All of that could be simplified.
Yeah.
You know, and just put out what's easiest for you to do, and do it more consistently because it's more efficient.
Original. I'm a big proponent of just being original. Just your original content. Like, that's a big one.
I definitely understand like the overthinking. I'm a Virgo too, and
my
perfectionist ways can get so
yes.
very like the littlest things. I think in my last video, my last vlog, I was explaining why the lighting was off and why everything was off, and I'm like, why am I explaining why everything is off? And I literally was just talking to myself, sitting there like, Indy, you do not have to explain yourself to everyone. Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at the lighting. Nobody cares about how your hair looks, you know.
Right.
But just to put it out there, you don't have to explain yourself. So I definitely understand that. That's another insecurity I have to shed. And just working with holistic doctors and practitioners, I've learned that it also is you have to heal yourself, and so that you can also open up that light within you, so that you can open up other people's light as well. So I found that you have to work on your spiritual self as well as you know, to help your physical self and other people out in the world. So you know, it all ties together.
Yeah. Sure. Cool. So once you put yourself out there, you will begin to attract that audience that will vibe and agree with what you're saying. You know, this is when they begin to like you. This is when people begin to like you. That's that. I know I put in there like, know, and trust, but I kind of always go with the know first, then the like. Because when people start knowing you, and you start putting yourself out there, you will attract those people that are attracted to your content. Like my man Zabiel, like he's a crystal therapist, crystal healer. So the people that vibe to that are going to start running to the content that he produces, you know, on that. Or if I'm speaking about something, people that attract to that are going to come to it. Same thing with all of them, you know, everyone. Everyone has a message that they want to say, you know.
Yes, and that's a good point to make. Like, you don't have to try to appeal to the whole world. Like, those who are meant for you will come to you.
They're going to come. Like, that's why I said, like
I came to you.
They will come. So, I said when you think about it, you listen to music artists who you like and know. And, you know, after people know you a little bit, and then they begin to like you, then you have given them the opportunity to trust you. Because if you know, continue to be consistent, and you continue to put yourself out there, and, you know, you start getting a little bit of, I would say, time goes by, and you've been consistent with your podcasts and your videos, or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, just staying consistent with it, people will be like, all right, you know, I'm trusting what you're saying about the crystals, you know what I'm saying? You know, I might want to, you know, buy one. I might want to buy one of your bracelets or something like that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, do you think, as you're saying, do you think this just applies to if you're putting yourself personally out there, if you just have a brand where it's not necessarily you, but it's maybe an idea?
I'll say this. Based on my experience, I've always started with myself, because I said to myself that I would want to eventually do something else later. So people know who I am, my name will carry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like how I started off with gardening and vegetable art, people still know me for that. They still know me for that. But like now I'm doing soap. Like it'll just carry over, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm a big proponent of that. Because the thing about it, you're the one that's gonna be in the meetings. You're gonna be the one that's closing the deals. You're the one that's, you know, executing all the stuff, you know, if I'm making sense, maybe. I haven't had experience with that though. Having something where I wasn't like putting myself in front of, you know, whatever I'm offering. I've never had it, so I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it still works.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like what I got, because that was kind of my question before. Because like I said, I have a problem with putting myself out there.
Yeah.
Like, as far as like personally, I don't feel like you should know. And this is just me in person.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you should know if I'm in a relationship, if I got kids. You shouldn't know that much about me just by clicking on the button.
Right.
But I like what he said. It was like, you can still put yourself out there, your day, but if you simplify your. So maybe you know I like tea, but you don't know I have a husband. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you control it. You control it. So whatever you want to put out, you know, whatever you want to share, you know.
So like just in that, even if you're not showing yourself, like by showing things you like or associate, the idea is still personal. Even if it's just birds or whatever. Like someone who likes birds, all they have to do is see birds. They don't necessarily have to see your face. But like just simplifying the content and showing it like in that personal manner, I feel like is directly like how you do this, but not necessarily with you. That's what I got from like that answer.
I've seen like example like since we're in the soap industry, I've seen like other Instagram accounts where people like never show their face in the soap, and it's like it's cool. Like they don't have to, but then I feel like it's like an added bonus.
Right, it's a standout.
It's an added bonus if you put yourself out there. I'm not gonna say you have to, but like I said,
people like it.
Yeah, like
they really
people
do.
like it.
So I have a question, like how do you get past the fear of putting yourself out there? Like it's weird for me because I've been in acting for 7 years. And I'm good with that. But then when it comes to me personally, I'm like I'm good with someone else's words, but like I have a whole lighting kit, I have a whole setup at the house. I've just not put it.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna have to come over there and record my video.
I'm so afraid. Like, cause I'll record monologues and send them in. I'll record everything at the house, but for my brand, like I don't record me. I'm just I've not been able to step out of that.
Can I say something to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like first confidence, and it may seem like you carry confidence, but you really gotta study and educate yourself on what confidence really means. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. That's my life right there. But I love to see other people grow. That's why I want to be a motivational speaker, because I love to see people grow and inspire, So I feel like confidence is one, and then you really have to deep down inside you figure out your why. Why do you want to put yourself out there? And when you do figure out why, if your why brings tears to you, like it could be for your family, it could be for your kids or your pet, just for all the people in general who, like the people that's in hospital that had a dream but couldn't do it. You gotta think deep down inside, what is your why? Why are you doing this? Why are you really putting yourself out there like that? When you figure out why you're doing this, you're never gonna stop. There's never gonna be nobody that's gonna stop you or take that away from you, because you know why you're doing it. And nobody can take your why. Me and you may not have the same why. And even if it's just like people getting their hair done, why you come outside with makeup on every day? I know why I come outside, But that's just something simple as that. Why do you tie your shoe? I don't want to fall. If you don't tie your shoe, you're gonna fall. Deep down inside, that's your why. You don't want to skin your legs or anything like that. But once you find out your why, that's gonna answer all your questions.
And just to piggyback off when she said confidence, I know it can seem like so easy to be like, oh, I'm confident or something. But confidence is something that you build over time. Like even when I had my business and we went out business to business, like selling soap at barbershops and hair salons. And I would just be outside talking to myself like, I would be like,
we got it on video.
We did have it on camera. This took me forever. I was like, I don't know what to go in there and say, and like, what if they judge me and look at me and stuff. But do you know, like over time, especially when people receive you really, really well, and then you also build that confidence that if people don't receive you well as well, you're like, okay, I'm gonna just move on to the next, because there are people that will continue to receive you no matter what. So it's something that's definitely built over time.
And if you don't fail, you're never gonna succeed. Nobody wants to hear a story about how successful you was your whole entire life. They want to hear the journey that took you there. Just like we said,
they want to see it. They want to see it.
His story for a reason. We came here to listen to his story for a reason, because we want to know the journey. Now, if he would have told us to come here and listen to my successful life, we would have been like, no, I'm not going there. But the fact that he has a journey and he came from somewhere, he showed us a video from where he started and to where he's now. So it can be done. It shows us it can be done. So once, like I said, he figured out his why he wanted to do it, and now he's sharing it to all of us. So we just gotta take that in.
And I wanted to piggyback off of her of the why part, and your why can change for different things that you do. I know for me, I was in theater, so I learned how to adapt to character, role play and different things. So I could study somebody and I studied the little parts of them, and then I can pick that up real quick. But then putting myself out there, my why changed because I lost my brother 2 months ago. And just going through the whole grieving process was a new rabbit hole I had to go